These are some simple tools that'll help you do maintenance and repairs on your car. Just the basic stuff, and it'll cover most of it. First off, some crescent wrenches, box wrenches. If you can find a set that's got ratchets in them or swivels, those are great, but just a basic set that covers from 9mm up to 20 plus, 22, something like that. If you can get a combination set, metric and SAE, that's good, but you'll get more use out of the metrics. And almost every job you do on a car, underneath, you're going to need a wrench somewhere. Secondly, a decent socket set. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but you want something with a 1/2-inch drive in it, and they usually this set comes with extra. These wrenches are ratchet. They don't go up high enough. They only go from about 10 to 15mm, something like that. But the set's good. Lots of sockets, deep sockets, and it's got different various bits in it as well. Allen bits and stuff like that. Good to have. It's a little bit large for carrying around, but good in your garage. This set's a little bit smaller and great for putting in the trunk of your car. It's got a 1/2-inch driver in it, a 3/8 and a 1/4. And it's got the extensions that go with it. This one also has some crescent wrenches that go in with it, and not very many, but they help. And Allen wrenches, actually. So along with the bits and a driver to attach the bits to, which is nice to have. And then the other two trays on it are just your various sockets and bits, deep sockets, and the 1/2-inch and the 3/4 and 1/4-inch for the different ratchets. So that's a good set, and it's not very expensive. You can find this stuff on sale almost weekly. Just keep an eye out for it. This is nice to have. I went a long time without a breaker bar or a torque wrench, but I finally broke down and bought it. It's nice to be able to get a wheel off, and also with the torque wrench to be able to tighten stuff to spec. It gives you just a little bit of extra confidence that it's not going to come off or it's not going to be over tightened. This set has extensions, deep sockets, nice to have, and you can always find something like this on sale at Canadian Tire, Harbor Freight, Princess Auto, those kind of places, maybe even Home Depot. And if you don't have a breaker bar, you can use a pipe and your 1/2-inch ratchet. It works. Don't stress it too much, but it will eventually damage your ratchet. So it works, but you're better off with a breaker bar. A pry bar, nice to have if you're checking your ball joints or bushings underneath the car. You can check for play by gently prying on them and seeing how much they move. And also to get your calipers off your rotors, you can put the pry bar in there and open it up a little bit and push the piston in. Also, for if you're doing a brake job, you're going to want to be able to compress the brake piston all the way in, and a C-clamp is great for that. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. This one here will extend out to larger sizes, but it's something less bulky. Actually, it would work nicer. But that's the one I have, and that's the one I use. And you can also get a tool that's specific for compressing pistons, and they're not expensive. You can get them on Amazon. If you don't have either of those things, a set of channel locks will work as well. And as long as they're big enough to get over the back of the caliper and squeeze it shut, it works just as well. Nice to have a dead blow hammer or a rubber mallet. This one's a little light, maybe 2 pounds. I think a 4-pound would be better, but that works pretty well. Also a steel hammer with a brass bar to bang on stuff. That works good too. It just depends on what you need it for. And you can use a block of wood too, so you don't damage anything. Having some wire brushes and wheels are great because everything underneath your car is covered in dirt or rust, and you can clean up surfaces really nicely, quickly with that. Also on if you're doing like a brake job, you can get the inside of the caliper, the ears where the pad rides on, get those nice and clean again. The wheels, you put those in your drill and it just makes the job quicker. It's nice to have those, but not necessary. And a piece of Scotch-Brite to clean off the pins inside the calipers or anything like that might be a little bit pitted. You can put the pin in your drill and just run it through the Scotch-Brite, clean it up. A piece of 320 grit Sandpaper, you can do the same with, that'll work as well. Use what you got. So for lubricants and degreasers and penetrating oil, WD-40 or something like that, some brake clean is ideal to have around. I'd buy it in bulk. It's cheaper. Also, some brake grease is good. If you're doing a brake job, for sure, you're going to want some of that around. So keep that in mind. It's good to have the stuff there when you need it. Other than that, also some anti-seize. That can be used on the back of the brake pads as well as or the brake grease. The anti-seize is also really good for your wheel hub, getting your wheel on and off easily so it doesn't seize onto the hub. You apply that and it just makes your life a lot easier the next time you go to work on the car. Ideally, it's good to have some brake fluid around, even if you're not doing a brake job, just keep an eye on your brake fluid once in a while, and if it's low, top it up. If you're doing a brake job, add the brake fluid after you've done the job, because you'll have larger pads on, they'll be compressing the pistons more, and the fluid level will be higher. So good to have. A pipe wrench, not what you'd think for automotive work, but it comes in really handy if you're trying to get seized up tie rods loose. If you go to get a wheel alignment done, half the time they tell you your tie rods are seized and they can't get them apart. So good to have. A scanning tool, not necessary, but if you're planning on keeping your car, I've had, like I said, I've had the one car for 15 years. It's a 2005. So I have a scanning tool that works on that and my 2014, because it'll do multiple cars, but also has a feature specific to BMW. And that's why I bought this particular one. You'd want to get the one that's good for your car. This thing, I think, was under $150, and it's helped me immensely with diagnosing what's going on in the vehicle. You just plug it into your OBD2 port, and the instructions are with it. It's really easy to use. I would recommend getting something like that if you're planning on keeping your car. It's nice to have cars for a long time and have the tools, building up tools for those cars specifically. Next thing is jack stands. If you're going to be lifting your car and you want to keep it up off the ground while you're working underneath it, you're going to want a set of jack stands. They're really easy. They go under the jacking points where you jack the car up normally. They lift and lower to whatever height you need, and then they lock into place, and they have this nice little locking key to make sure they can't fall again. And that's it, safe as can be. And when you need to get them down, they just drop back down again, and good to go. Can get these any automotive place, and they're, again, not expensive and well worth the money. A hydraulic lift. This is a 3-ton. It's a Mastercraft, nothing fancy, but boy oh boy does it make things easier. If you can use something like this rather than the jack that comes with your car that's for emergencies on the side of the road, this just makes things so much easier, and you can lift the whole car from the center point so that you can put jack stands on the outside. You're good to go, and you tighten down the bar there, and that closes off the hydraulic cylinder, and you pump it up, and she goes pretty high, almost vertical. And then when you're done and you want to lower the car, you just twist the bar loose again and slowly, gradually, and let it down nice and easy, and that's it. And make your life so much easier if you're going to be doing work on your car. This is a torque set that has the E-sockets as well as the torque bits in it. And if you've got a European car, so much of the stuff on it is torque bits and E-torque. So a light, it's great to have a light for under your car. And then you got to have some tunes, and then somebody that's watching over you, make sure you're doing the job right.